Alright guys, welcome back to Wrong Reviews, and we're going to switch it up a little bit this time. We're going to do a Tech News Friday, and I just wanted to touch on a couple of things based on a couple of comments that I've gotten and some good news that's come for people interested in buying a Pixel 9 Pro Fold or a OnePlus Open. Those devices are on sale right now on the major websites like Google's website and OnePlus and Amazon and Best Buy. So for the OnePlus Open, that price is going to come in at $12.99. And let's do this OnePlus Open. Let's pull that bad boy up. So yeah, we'll just do Best Buy since that's the first one that popped up. And you're going to see that it's $12.99 right now. Nope, I do not. Never allow. $12.99 right now, whereas it's dropped down $400 from $16.99 since the release. Now, this is an older device, but it is a really good device. I've seen nothing but really good reviews on this device. I actually wish I had one. Can't afford it right now, but I do wish I had one. So $12.99 for the OnePlus Open, and let's go directly to store.google.com. And let's look at the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. This device actually that I'm using. So this one is going to be down to $14.99 from $17.99. That's a $300 difference. And I mean, those are solid deals. This is a much newer device. This device hasn't been out that long, maybe a month or two. Let's see, November. Time is flying, so I just can't even keep up with time. So anyway, just wanted to get those sales out of the way for you guys in case you're interested. And what I'll do is, I'm not sponsored or anything, but just to make it easy for you guys, I will pop the links directly to Google's store and OnePlus Open store. And keep in mind, it's also on Amazon and Best Buy. So no worries, wherever you want to buy it, it doesn't make a difference. So that's that. And oh, and what I wanted to touch on, let's go ahead and switch over to the tech news. So, in my comments, I was asked about the Vivo X Fold 4 and if it was going to be global. And I think they were specifically asking about the X Fold 4 Pro. Give me one second. Let me see if I can find that comment. Actually, no, I stand corrected. I don't know if you can see that. Pretty small. They just asked will the 4 be global, so they didn't care whether it was for the regular Fold 4 or the Pro. So along that line, I'm gonna get into the global Vivo X200 series going global, which I'm very excited about because I may try to find a way to get that one. But um, as far as the 4 goes, it's two things to that. The first thing is that instead of doing a pro, I did read in a couple of different posts. I don't know if it was on Threads or just one of the news feeds that I received, but the 4 was only going to have a 4 version and not a pro version. I think that, and they mentioned that was due to Vivo want to cut down on the confusion that's caused consumers. So they're just going to do a regular 4 fold, and it's going to have really good specs anyway. And I think they worded it that way, but I think that was partially due to the fact that there wasn't a huge difference between the Vivo Fold 3 and the Vivo Fold 3 Pro. So I think that's another part of that decision making. But anyway, switching gears to the Vivo X200 series, I have been following the current release of the new X200, and that phone looks so good. And I really want to test out the cameras on a slab phone as opposed to the Fold, because the cameras are really great on her actually. I'll say the main sensor, the selfie, I've had a video on that. They're okay. Nothing special there, but for the main sensor, these are crazy good. So it made me more interested in the the Vivo X200 series, their slab phone, and it made me want to try out their cameras. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to figure out how to get my hands on the global version once it releases. Actually, I'm torn on that because I want to do a uh, China version just to get that full experience and what their phones are like and just try something new. I'm always excited about trying new things. That's what this channel is about. So looking forward to that. I'm going to decide what I'm going to do, global or I'm going to do the China version. But either way, I'm going to find a way to get my hands on this phone. So no worries there. So I'm excited about that. And let's go back to the news feed and let's see what else pops up. Google just paid me $13 to upgrade my Pixel 8 Pro to my 9 Pro. That's interesting. Um, let's see. Let's keep going. Actually, I think I had something on my Vivo's news feed. It's weird. It's weird that the news feed is so different on these two devices. But anyway, let's see. So this is the one that I wanted to touch on. Apple finally letting green bubble send message reactions. So we'll read through this a little bit, then I'll comment, of course. So let's see. Apple is showing some love to Android users by finally displaying their message reactions correctly. And that all just boils down to when you respond, when you hold long press on a message and respond to it, where the icons will pop up, it would send a message to the iPhone user saying that, hey, this guy sent a skull response to one of your messages or a heart to one of your messages instead of popping that heart onto that message and attaching it. Um, for example, let's see if we can see that. Let me get a little closer. Let's fix that. All right. So as you can see, they actually don't put it on here. And this is The Verge. I love The Verge. I read them a lot. So they would just pop a skeleton on there and say, hey, this, you know, in a separate, in its own, it was almost like its own text message saying that, hey, they sent the skull to respond to one of your messages. But anyway, now they're going to look as if you're responding RCS message to RCS message on Android, where it will actually pop out the little icon onto the message, which is cool. I mean, I think that's good. So I want to show you guys that it is a means to just say, I don't know if Apple is intentionally doing this or it's difficult to implement, which I don't think that's the case. I don't know if they're typically just trying to slowly roll out things because it's not really a priority for them, or they're just, I don't know, not trying to take shots at Apple, but I don't know if they're just taking their time with it just because they don't really care about it or just trying to be difficult. I don't know. I don't know if that's how companies work or not. I don't know if they're that petty, but I think that it just boils down more so to it's just not a priority for them to get it all right away. You know, they're still working on their the features of their ecosystem as a priority to differentiate the iPhone from other devices, and this just falls into like third or fourth on their priority list, maybe even lower than that. But that's cool. I'm glad they are finally doing that. So that'll be one less thing that we have to hear about when we respond or text our iPhone counterparts, iPhone using counterparts. So that's good. So the other thing was Google Viz is now rolling out promising seamless video creation. I thought this was cool, but this feature is in Google Workspace, and I don't really use Google Workspace. And I guess I should look into it in the future, but I would really prefer this feature and everything around it to be just rolled directly into the Photos app, where you can go into one of the videos and just and create something from it. Um, because that is the case on the Vivo phone. I don't know about their phones overall, but it's definitely the case in this Vivo X Fold 3 Pro, the global version, the Fun Touch OS version. And I really would love to see that in the stock the Google Photos app. I think that would be a cool feature. Um, I don't know how often people create videos on their phones, but for me, especially since I'm new to YouTube and I have ideas on the go when I'm out, and instead of slapping that idea down, or if I have a video that's ready to go, I would love to just go into the Photos app on the phone and create a video from there. I know it's going to be more tedious as opposed to just pulling the video from your device and putting it on the computer and editing it that way. But it would be nice to if you were away from your computer to just edit it directly on your phone. I think that would be cool. So hopefully Google will get there. I mean, I just think that would be a good way to go, a good direction. but they may want to make use of their workspace and keep people focused on using their workspace app. So that's fine. Um, Meta is opening a pop-up retail store for the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Really? I I guess. I guess it. I just did a review on the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, and they're cool glasses. I don't know if they're worth an entire store. Huh? Well, when you got money, you do things like that, I guess. So let's see. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 long-term review. I hate that I sent my Galaxy Z Fold 6 back. I wish I had kept it. Because even though it had a slimmer main display, outer display than most phones, I love that phone. I love Samsung phones, and I hate that I returned it. I wish I had kept it. Samsung W25 foldable is a treat for the eyes. Let's figure that one out together. So is that the W25? Oh, that's the name for the Z Fold Special Edition. I'm not going to. I'm trying to resist the urge to whine, but I just really don't understand why Samsung made the decision to only release their special edition in China. I don't understand that. It's like they gave us. Don't get me wrong. I won't take away from Samsung. They gave us a slightly improved hardware version of the previous five, but they did increase the price by $100, and I can't wrap my mind around that. That makes no sense to me. But then you're going to release a special edition in your I guess that is their main market over there, but I don't get out. I guess I'm jealous. I'm speaking out of jealousy because I really wish they had released it here, and I would definitely figure out a way to get that device. But anyway, I guess I won't complain too much. I just leave them be. It'll find its way here. That's wishful thinking. It'll find its way here. So back to the news feed, and let's see what else we want to touch. Let me tell you something about this Huawei Mate XT. I want one. When I first started seeing videos rolling out, I was watching every video for hours. And they were typically the same videos where people were posting where they were just opening the box and unfolding it for the first time and stuff like that. And I just see it powered on. But I was obsessed. But as a person that lives in the U.S., I could not justify $8,000. Well, what was it? No, 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 no. Let me take that back. $6,000 to get it imported into the U.S. Ain't no way. As much as I was excited about it, this is so new and basically like a tablet in your pocket. Ugh, I'm so jealous. We'll get. We have really good phones in the U.S. market, but one day we'll get access to the cooler things. And anyway, love that phone. But anyway, that article. Samsung wants its first tri-foldable smartphone to be better than the Huawei Mate XT. I mean, hey, I'm all for competition. I would love to see Samsung do something like that. Especially since their software is so evolved and has been around so long and is so refined. I would love to see that. So we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, let's see. Let's wrap this up. Let's look at one more. Black Friday, OnePlus open deals. Is it Friday? But it's not Black Friday. Black Friday is after Thanksgiving, right? All the best discounts I've seen so far. Actually, what I may do, if they have all these in one place, the early offer range from 150 off to the OnePlus 12 to a whopping 24% off the premium OnePlus Open. If they have all the deals in one place, I may post a link to this. Let me actually save that link. And I'll post that in the description of this because they got them all in one place. Well, all the OnePlus devices. Let's see. Yeah, it's just all the OnePlus devices. So I'll list this one as well. No worries there. So these are the pre-Black Friday sales. So I'm interested to see what they actually do for Black Friday. Let's see, although Black Friday doesn't take me around to the blah, 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 retailers have wasted no time dropping holiday deals before the big weekend. Yeah, see, I mean, Black Friday is not Black Friday anymore if everybody's starting sales before the actual day comes. But anyway, Black Friday had fallen off a long time ago where you weren't really getting amazing deals on anything. It was just slightly slashed, and people were disproving that things were actually on sale. Um, Stores were lying about things being on sale and stuff like that. But whatever. I will post the links to these sales because they are pretty good though. Black Friday or not, these are really good deals. So I'll post those, and this will wrap up the first Tech News Friday. But I want to make this a recurring thing. But I won't just jump up here and do a Tech News Friday if there's not anything major that's reported. But I will keep track of things, and I want to share them with you guys and open up a discussion in the comments. So appreciate you tuning in, and I will look forward to seeing you guys here again for the next video. I'm working on something. I think I want to do something for the Pixel 9 Pro Fold for my next video and kind of just talk about a few things that I've noticed. But yeah. Looking forward to that. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.
Artlist.io. Look, back and I'm better than